Get ready to drop the puck, take a free throw, and step up to the plate. It's time for the Metro East Sports Podcast on lineupmedia.fm.
From the Lineup Media Studios, welcome to a special edition of the Metro East Sports Podcast. I'm Jenna Holder, and this is Just Girls, a show focusing on the achievements of local high school female athletes, recorded November 15th, 2021. Before we get into the show, I want to say thanks to partners Castleton's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Callaway Home Loans, Keller Williams Marquee, Jeb and Ginger Blasingame, Integrity Spine and Joint Center, Oakbrook Golf Club, and Front Office Fiduciary Network. We are talking all things sports in the Metro East. I'm Jenna Holder. As always, the guests make the show. Our first guest tonight, we have Mattie and Morgan Noyes, two Triad high school runners. Our second guest tonight, we have Sage Rising and Allison Toma from EHS Cheer. And lastly, we have Jocelyn Carmody, Mespy 1A Singles Tennis Player of the Year from Triad High School. Most importantly, there are three things you can do to help. First, subscribe to our podcast. It's free. Second, follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and even subscribe on YouTube. Lastly, if you have a story idea, email me at mespdave@gmail.com. All right, so our first guest tonight, we have Mattie and Morgan Noyes.
Hey.
Hello.
So you both go to Triad High School, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Seniors? Big
Yep.
senior year.
Yep.
You have senioritis yet?
I think I had senioritis last year. I think it started
I already
junior
know
year.
I'm going to have senioritis.
No, for real.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty bad.
Like, everyone said junior year was going to be bad, but, like, it hasn't been bad for me personally. I probably just didn't take the hard classes, but, like, it's beside the point. But how's it like going to school together since you guys are twins? Like, are you always together?
Not always. We took different classes this year especially, so we kind of split up a little bit, but we definitely see each other, like, 24/7 all day, every day.
No, yeah, we still have a decent amount of classes together. I think we have like 4, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I have math class with Jake, and I'm also honestly so grateful for it because I hate math, so just putting that out there. But, so you run both cross-country and track,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just track now, or are you still doing?
Yeah, I just do track.
Because I know you do pole vault
Yeah,
pretty
I
good
do.
at that. What made you want to do that?
Honestly, 7th grade track, the high school pole vault coach Postma, just came down to the middle school, and he always gets like 3 girls, 3 boys each year to like try pole vault out. And it's honestly only like 2 meets, the regional, and then if you make it to state, you get to go to state. But he just came down and he like talked to everybody on the track team, and he was like, who wants to try out for pole vault? And I was like, sure. Like, I don't really care. So I just tried it out, and then I went home, told my parents, and they were like kind of shocked. But yeah.
No, it seems scary. Like, I feel those videos where they break the pole. Have you ever done that?
No, I haven't.
What
But
happened to
I've
people at
witnessed it,
school?
yes, many times.
That scares me. I feel like I'd get injured. I always get hurt, so probably break the pole in half. You do distance for
Yep.
track too?
Yeah, I run cross country 3 miles, and then I also do distance and track, which I'm more of an 800 miler person, so they kind of call us mid distance. I don't like the 3,200. 8 laps on the track is brutal, but some people like it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, anything after 1, I'm good. I used to do it, and I was like, running. Now, like, running when you have, like, tryouts is, like, a punishment now, so.
I mean, it's fun sometimes.
Well, for lacrosse, we were supposed to have a 3-mile run, and I was like, I think I'll reconsider my decision of trying out for the team. But he moved it back to 1, and I was like, I just need to get a good mile time. What's a good mile time?
It depends. Like, runner, not a runner.
Not a runner. What's a good mile time?
Not a runner? I mean, anywhere in the low 7s, I feel like, is really good for a non-runner.
No, I would say under 8 minutes.
Oh,
I was shooting for like
I
8.
don't
I
know.
was shooting for like 8.
because
like-
yeah, no, I do not run distance whatsoever. And so she's kind of like, I don't know, because she does distance. So she's like low 7, 6, no, under 8.
I was shooting for like 8 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
8 flat is very solid. I
Yeah.
guess
That's
I'm
like
thinking
with
of like
practice, so I cannot just go out there and run right
No,
now.
Yeah.
for real, yeah.
Because
maybe
not
like
for
a
me.
boy could be like low 7. I don't know.
I don't know. Oh my god. So what got you guys like into running? Like, what made you be like, oh, I want to do this. This is fun.
So our dad ran in college, and he was also the track coach. at the high school that we go to now, so he kind of got us started. Right off the bat when we were born, we used to go to these track meets at East Alton Wood River. They were like pee-wee meets, and you could sign up for whatever events you wanted to do. So, like, this was before I found out what I was good at and what I was bad at. So Morgan and I would compete in, like, the 100-meter sprint, 50 meters. She'd beat me every time. They had little ribbons that were, like, first, second, and third, and then green were participation, and I had a lot of participation ribbons. But, I mean, it was really cool because you got to try a lot of different things. I mean, obviously 4-year-olds aren't big enough to show, like, or to throw, like, shot and disc.
Mm-hmm.
So they had, like, a softball throw, and I was pretty good at that. I mean, we also had, like, long jump, and then we had relays. So we would do, like, a 4x100-meter relay, and it would be, like, me, Morgan, McGrady, and my dad versus a bunch of, like, college kids. And then we'd just get beat by everyone, but it was so fun.
Yeah, it couldn't be me. I, like, gave that up after a year. Like, but, like, lacrosse, you're, like, running up and down the field, so I probably need to, like, get back into my good endurance. Because right now it sucks. Because I was out for 6 months with surgery, so I was like, yeah, it was not good. The first game, I was, like, dying, and it was only half field.
I can only imagine. No.
I was, like, running, and I was like, I think I'll just stick to defense. You don't have to run as far.
For real.
True.
But it never works out to be my way, so I know you guys used to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
What made you not want to do that anymore? Putting
For
you on
me,
the spot right now.
it's good. For me, just a lot of, like, training and stuff happens in the winter for track, and then there's, like, indoor season and stuff. So when we played basketball our freshman year, we missed a lot of, like, the polar bear workouts, they call it, just like winter training that the rest of the team was doing. And for us who liked participating in track, not that we don't like basketball, like, we love watching basketball and stuff, and Maddie's still the manager for the basketball boys basketball team, but it was just more important to us to be at track and training for that and get our indoor meets in instead of, like, doing a basketball season, because we just didn't enjoy playing that as much.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we had to start prioritizing, and I mean, at some point in high school, you figure out what you're good at, what you're not good at. Don't get me wrong, basketball is still, like, my favorite sport ever. Like, it's probably tied with running. I love basketball, but I mean, when you're just chop squad for your entire career, I mean, it gets brutal. I don't know. I didn't put in the effort either, I don't think. I mean, I wasn't the best, but I also wasn't, like, putting forth my full effort. Because I always say now, I'm like, I think I practice basketball now that I'm not on the team than when I was on the team, which is pretty messed up. But, I mean, I don't know. I still have a huge love for the sport, manage the boys' team, but I'm just not on the girls' team anymore.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's so hard managing, like, two sports, because you have to, like, focus on one, but then you're, like, losing the skill in the other. Because, like, I have lacrosse and volleyball this year, so they're at the same time. So I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to work that out, because practices are going to overlap. And I'm like, because last year I felt like I was getting better at lacrosse, but then I was losing skill at volleyball, which I still need to be good at. And I was like, I have no idea how to manage all of it.
Yeah, it's so hard.
So I'm definitely going to have to choose soon, but we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, no, you guys were a pretty good basketball team, didn't you? Freshman year when you played?
Freshman year?
We were pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
you guys are
Our
pretty
team.
good.
Our
said-
team.
And I quote, best 7-person team in the 618. We took pride in that team.
No, you guys were really good. I remember that.
Mm.
And then FCA, you guys are also a big part in that, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
Love FCA. It's definitely been a big part of our lives for the last probably 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
In middle school, we kind of got asked, our school didn't have FCA, and we got asked if we would help start it at our middle school. So that was really cool to see it get started. But then in high school, I would say the steps have gotten, they've grown even further. We've done so much more with it. Reached out to so many different kids. This past, a couple months ago, I got to speak at the, auction night for FCA in the Metro East. And it was so cool because I got to speak in front of Jackie Joyner-Kersey, the, goat of running, about, my faith and running at the same time, which was really just such a cool opportunity. I don't know.
Yeah. I just think it's great because we can bring, a lot of kids have a passion for both God and sports, and it's awesome because we can just bring those together and like have fellowship with each other. We meet like every other Monday, and it's just a good time. So yeah.
So if someone was like looking to join, like what would you tell them to try to get them to join?
Oh my gosh. So we say all the time, okay, you by no means have to be a Christian. We, at school, I kind of promote it as Triads Only Sports Club just to get people to come. Because, I mean, once you get them there, that's all that matters. That's ultimately what ends up changing it for everyone for the better. So we get people off of pizza and sports. That's how we get them there. And then we find out we've had so many new students this year, and they end up liking the fellowship that comes with it. And most walk away with something new that they've learned. So it's a really cool opportunity.
Yeah, no, I know we have it at our school, but I don't know if it's like that big. Like I know you guys have like a whole Instagram account.
We
don't
do.
even have that.
We got an Instagram account for everything at Triad.
Like I feel like if it got more popular, people would probably do it, but I feel like there's no one at Edwardsville that's like, hey, come do this.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see it like getting bigger in the future if it like took that next step. So obviously you guys are a family of athletes. Always, what does it look like? Like I bet you guys are super busy all the time.
I don't know. I'm trying to take turns.
Okay.
Like, due to the
So
podcast.
yeah, we are pretty busy. Everybody plays a sport. Between me, Mattie, and McGrady, we're always in a sports season, so it's a lot, but it can be fun. Probably stressful for my parents because they're always going somewhere, but I think it's fun for us. We love like watching each other play too when we're not playing. So I don't know. I think it's just like it's kind of like family bonding.
It is like family bonding. Everyone's always so impressed. They're like, why are Mattie and Morgan always at McGrady's basketball games, his baseball games and stuff? Like, they think that our parents force us to go everywhere and do everything, but we do it out of just, like, pure enjoyment. Like, I love watching basketball and baseball and stuff, and I think our whole family does as a whole, which is, I mean, that's kind of what our family does, is sports. I mean, if we're not playing a sport or participating in a sport, we're watching a sport. We're going down to U of I and watching a basketball game. We're at Busch Stadium watching a baseball game. We're watching random basketball games of people that we don't know. I mean, we're just always going places looking for something to watch.
Yeah, no, I always go to Jake's games, like, whenever I'm not playing, and everyone's like, did your mom force you to come? And I'm like, no.
Yeah. No, you get that because
like being an athlete, it's fun to watch like other sports. Like I don't have like if you don't play sports, I guess it could be boring. But like I don't think it's that boring.
I feel like we were like the OGs. Like we had the the 11U Tiger fan club. Yeah. I mean, Jenna, Mattie Morgan,
kind of non-existent anymore.
Ellie Jennings.
Oh yeah, facts. But so do you guys being senior year, are you guys looking to like run at the next level?
Yeah, so I'm looking to pole vault for sure, maybe long jump, run a couple sprint relays. In college, I just really have no idea where I want to go yet, so that's great.
Yeah.
I also want to keep competing in college with my running and stuff. At first, I was kind of on the fence because I'm like, I kind of really want to go to a big school, and, well, I want to study, like, media or communications or something, and specifically with sports. So I wanted to go to a big school, somewhere that would give me like a big opportunity for that. But now I'm like, I really want to run, so I've been looking at other schools. But I mean, so far we visited like UMSL, Missouri Baptist, Illinois College, that kind of stuff for running. So I'm still undecided, but I think I'll definitely end up running somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's definitely like a process. There's a lot to like look at and think about. I was like started looking, and I'm like, there's so much to look at because like they might, because like I ultimately think you're going there to get an education. So like yeah, you want to like get along with your team and like you want to win and you want to like, but like ultimately you're there to get an education. So like that comes first, and I'm like, it's a building program. I don't really think of it as like, if they're not winning all the time, I don't think of it as like a bad program. It's more of like a building program.
For sure.
So, like, I feel like there's tons of options. Like, there's so many colleges that people, like, don't even know about.
For real.
But it really just, like, depends on, like, what level you want to play at.
Yeah, and I think people think that it's, like, D1 or bust. You have to go to the biggest school that everybody knows. But, I mean, as I've been looking into a lot of these colleges, there's a lot of smaller schools that offer, great things for your sport and even better things for your education, which I think is really important to look into.
Yeah. No, as I started looking, like, you get so much more for your academics than you do for athletics.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, so many, like, at least at my school, there's, like, tons of athletes, and they're just, like, about their sport. And I'm like, well, you have to keep your grades good. Otherwise,
Yeah.
that gives a lot more money than what athletics give.
Mm-hmm.
It does. Yeah.
And I think, like, a lot of people don't, like, realize that until it's, like, senior year, and they're like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I mean, your grades all 4 years make or break you when it comes to college scholarships. And that's what we've been finding out. So luckily we've been on the grind as far as grades the past 4 years. But, I mean, it really takes everything. Your test scores, everything matters.
Yeah, no, I bet it definitely helps probably having, like, siblings and stuff so you can, like, keep each other accountable. Especially if you do the same sport. You can be like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
keep yourself accountable. Because I think that's, like, huge, too. Like, a lot of kids are not good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it's optional, they're like, oh, it's optional. I'd rather go hang out with my friends.
Yeah,
It's like, I've been there, done that, but, like,
we've been there and done that too. But, I mean, I don't know. We also, like, almost bully each other in a sense when it comes to sports. We challenge each other to be better, but sometimes we take it too far. Like, McGrady and I will gang up on Morgan and be like, you need to go practice your pole vault. Like, go be a D1 pole vaulter. And then Morgan and McGrady will gang up on me and be like, Mattie, you missed your long run. You're not going to be the best on the team or whatever. But I don't know. We definitely keep each other accountable.
all right. So, lastly, with your, like, last season, so cross country coming up. Oh, that just happened. Just kidding. Rewind that.
It's okay.
Did that just end?
Yeah, it just ended last week. We had state.
How did that go?
It was so good. It was honestly the best weekend of my entire life.
They look like so fun, to be honest. I feel like everyone's such good friends.
It's so fun. I mean, okay, I got to shout it out now at Try Girls Distance on Instagram. No, seriously, this is like the closest team that we've ever had as far as cross country this year, and we had so much fun with our Instagram doing interviews. I mean, we interviewed everyone, random kids from schools that we didn't know, state champ. I mean, we just had so much fun, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, no, they always are, like, so funny. I'm always watching them.
Really?
Yeah, no, in, like, study hall, I'm, like, whenever I have service, because service is terrible at school. But anyways, with your last track and field season coming up, what are you guys, like, hoping to accomplish?
Obviously improve, like, PR-wise, personally, and everything. But just to have a good, like, season as a team and everything again. It's kind of, like, it's good because our senior season, we're finally getting everything back. So we're getting indoor and, like, it's a full season. So just using that to the best of our abilities.
Mm-hmm. And I think also, as a whole team, we want to kind of match or beat what we were able to do last year, because going into the season, we didn't think we had as strong of a team as we did. And we pulled away a sectional title out of absolutely nowhere. So that was so exciting last year. The 4x8 that I was on placed third at state, so that's definitely a goal for me, is to at least make it back to state in that relay, because the other 3 legs of the relay graduated last year, so I'm the only one left this year. But that's definitely a goal to make it back. And then I just want to get my 800 and 1600 times down as low as possible, knowing that this is the last season. I kind of want to have no regrets.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, good luck to you guys for your last season, and thanks for coming out tonight.
Thank
you.
you.